Laughs, bits, tangents. Matt and Mike, virginal fans, began watching One Piece and everything the show had to offer, and their nonsense ideas drove them to create their podcast.
Buggy the Clown is back. Fuck.
This is a One Piece podcast.
These words lured listeners to their grand show in what's now known as the Funpiecepodcast.
Yayo, 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 ho ho, set sail for Fun Piece. It's the name of the podcast with Matt and Mike. Yayo, yayo, set sail for Fun Piece.
All right, Mike, so this episode, no bits at all. We're just going to get straight down to business because there's a lot to get into, okay?
Okay.
All right.
This feels like it's a bit.
It might. No, it's not a bit, Mike, but I have a very important question for you. If we were in a post-apocalyptic...
Do we want to tell people what they're listening to?
Hey, everybody, it's the Fun Piece Podcast. My name's Matt.
My name is Mike.
And the historian's here as well.
Yeah, say hello, historian.
Hi.
Hello. We're watching One Piece for the first time. It's really exciting. Anyway, Mike, if you were on a deserted island with me and we were going to die, obviously I would sacrifice myself first. Which part of my body would you eat first?
Which part would rot the fastest?
I don't know, my face.
I guess I'd eat your brain. There's a lot of protein and nutrients in a brain.
Gross. You eat my brain first?
Yeah, I feel like that would go bad the fastest.
That's the fattiest part of the body, though. Just the brain? Gross. You're gross.
Is the brain fatty?
I don't know. I just made that up, but I would assume, what the fuck else is the brain?
Would hold the most disease.
Mice and rats. Oh, probably. I mean, I'm going to go crazy anyway and die, so why not really lean into it?
Just lean into it.
Mice and rats will eat the brains of other mice and rats because it's got a lot of, good stuff in it for them. I don't know.
Do you think
probably not good stuff?
Do you think they gain their knowledge by eating the brain?
Is this a bit?
No, I'm genuinely serious.
No, I don't think they gain their. No, I think they just are hungry.
Have you?
I don't know. I haven't eaten a brain. I don't know.
Maybe we should try it out. I don't know.
I don't want to. Honestly, I probably wouldn't eat the brain. I think I'd just anything that's not recognizably you.
Yeah.
Because I would just be sitting traumatized. Oh, you know what? Actually, no. I would eat your leg.
Hell yeah.
And then style your mustache to be twirly and just pretend I'm Sanji as I die.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I was going to suggest my thighs. I feel like my thighs would be the tastiest part.
I'd work my way up.
From the thighs?
Yeah.
Thighs. Yeah, nice. Hey, everyone in the Discord or anyone listening out there.
No.
What part of my body would you
eat
if you were on a deserted island with me?
Nobody answer that.
No one answer that, please.
For legal reasons, nobody
Sound
answer
off
that.
in the Discord. It's in the description.
Episode 247.
Oh, wait.
Klabouter Mary. What?
Oh, I do need you guys to sing happy birthday before you get into it.
Hey, everyone, welcome to the podcast. We're doing bits. Fuck that guy who said that earlier who said we weren't doing bits.
This is a segment. This isn't a bit.
Yeah, of course. How are we going to sing happy birthday, Mike? Last time we crooned.
Just really normal. Really normal.
Should we do it like we're children?
Happy birthday to you. Just monotone, dry. Okay, I don't want any fun.
I'm going to do it like a
child.
Does
this character suck? Is this character a piece of shit?
To me, yes. I don't remember you liking them particularly.
Okay.
I have to be careful about what screen I'm putting my information on because I almost just put it directly where you can see it.
I can't read that. It's fine.
No, you're good. I put Matt's over there.
We can't read.
Oh, right. You're literate.
Mm-hmm.
I can kind of see my reflection in your screen. This is fun.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
I can't beat the...
I have to take it away from him.
Happy birthday.
I can't... Are we singing it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And a 1, and a 2, and a skiddly diddly do.
Happy
birthday
to you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday
to you.
To you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
To whoever.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday
To you.
to you.
Whose birthday is it?
Are they a piece of shit?
Kaku.
Not Kaku, and they run with a piece of shit.
Oh.
They run.
Is it
part of Buggy's crew?
No.
Okay. Buggy's the kind of piece of shit that we like, though.
Are they-
Yes.
Are they in the current arc?
No.
Were they?
Are they a pirate?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes to pirate, Matt. What did you ask?
Are they still a pirate?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, is it Blackbeard?
No.
Oh. Is it one of Blackbeard's crew?
No.
Oh. Is it Bellamy?
No.
Interesting.
Is it the ski resort bully?
You gotta get more. You guys give everyone
The dude
such
with the goggles from Bellamy's
Yeah, the guy
crew.
who looks like a bully from a ski resort in an
I-
80s
I
movie.
can
I
find
will-
his name.
I will give. Okay, do you want to try to find his name?
I will
I
try
can
to
give you-
find his name.
I can give you the first letter and his
Viatricus.
nickname if you want.
Corganon.
First letter.
Crimley.
First letter starts with an S. You guys talked a lot of shit about him during the arc.
Silly
Schlatt.
man.
That's why we don't remember.
Silly man goggles boy.
It's Sharkis.
Oh, Sharkis. That fucking. It's Sarkis. I thought it was Sarkis.
Sharkis. I don't.
I mean,
What?
we
It
learned
doesn't
that
fucking
iceberg is
matter.
Icebarg.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Not Artspike. Fuck Sarkis.
It's the first mate of the
The
Bellamy
iceberg.
pirates. Big Knife
Yes.
Sarkis.
Big knife Sarkis.
Big knife.
Big knife, little dingus.
I hear the more you talk about your big knife, the less people believe it.
Ow!
Who do you think? Never mind.
No,
No, ask
do
the
it.
question.
Yes,
Episode-
yes,
ask the
yes.
Episode 2.
Lay it on
Ask
us, Mike.
the
Say it.
question.
Say, ask the question, Mike.
What episode are we starting with?
Who do you think? What, Mike? Who do you think?
I'm
What?
not-
You have to finish the question.
I'm not going to do that. Episode 247.
247.
Club Outer Mary.
Huh?
Background MVP. Ghost Mary.
Honk, 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 honk. It's been fucking
segment.
112 episodes since we have seen Buggy the Clown.
I think we get Buggy's dad in these episodes.
Are you talking about Spamman or whatever his name is? Spadam? Spadman? Spondum?
Spondum.
Spondum? More like condom. Because he's just trying to protect everyone from his
If you forget
dumb
to wear a condom, you
shit.
get a spondum.
Um,
He does. He goes from like Buggy's dad to Mankind. I remember
like
this guy
Mankind.
because when the historian was trying to convince us to watch One Piece, they showed us a picture of Spondum and just be like, "Look it."
I did.
Mankind is in it.
I offered that up as like a look. There's things in this you might like, and it's when Spondum gets fucking home run baseball batted by the end of a rifle, he gets the Mankind mask to hold his face together.
he does.
The only character in One Piece to have a lasting injury from being hit in the face.
Yeah.
He's built different.
I mean, Frankie gets hit in the face and the rest of
By
his
a
body later by a train.
I feel like he got the brunt of it with his forearms.
I guess. Hey, let's jump into this, shall we?
Yeah. Do you
I can do this.
want Usopp's fixing the ship, and then Frankie's like, "What are you gonna do with that, buddy?"
Yeah, he's basically, the... What the fuck did I write? Oh, God.
Usopp's like, "We're gonna go on adventures," and Frankie's like, "No, you're not."
Yeah, Frankie's like, hey, fucking... Like, you're not going to make it back to the East Blue with this ship, bud. Like
Yeah.
you could try as hard as you want. And then he ends up, like, throwing Usopp into the water so that... They're in Frankie's like
Volleyball
warehouse.
spikes him.
Yeah, he bowling ball spikes him into the water so that Usopp can see the bottom of the ship and see the keel is literally cracked straight down the middle, like not across,
Yeah.
right down the middle. And
Pretty much confirming that Kaku might be a square-nosed turd man,
Yep.
but he is still a shipwright.
Which, like, they continue to say that where they're like, we might have been lying to you this whole time, but we take our shipwright work very seriously.
Which is very hilarious. Like, if they were, like, McDonald's employees, and they're like, listen, yeah, we're going to assassinate this, like, public official, but if you don't flip the burger at the right time, you're dead to me.
Yeah.
Like, we don't fuck with that. There's a standard of quality.
Yeah. Can I, before we jump further, can I make a prediction?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a prediction that Frankie used the 2 million berries to go buy a ship for the Frankie family, and that basically the new ship is just like sitting by somewhere, and basically after whatever shit's about to go down, and Frankie joins the crew, he's going to be like, oh, hey, remember that 2 million berries that I stole from you? I actually bought a new ship for myself with it. Maybe we could use it together as a crew. That's my prediction.
You think Frankie bought a ship?
Yeah. Or he bought the materials to build a ship or something.
Yeah. See, I could see that.
Yeah. That's my prediction.
Because I'm guessing he's going to build that one that I've seen on the soap ads.
Yeah, probably. Or he already bought it.
It's got like a lion
Because you
face.
remember he was like, oh, I got that money so we can make that like important investment we used to make. So I'm like, oh, maybe he bought the materials to build like the best ship ever. The best Battle Frankie ship he ever did.
Battle Frankie 39.
69. Anyway, Frankie rips the side off of the Going Merry, and Usopp is really upset.
Yeah, this leads to him shooting him, and then Frankie volleyball spiking Usopp into the water. Mm-hmm. Usopp, who has really just taken his entire broken, frail body in stride.
Yeah. And then he just, Usopp takes the broken piece that Frankie ripped off and just puts it back on the ship and then starts, continuing to fix it.
Yeah. And then he, breaks down and is like, I knew that it happened. Like, I knew the Mary was at the end of her life, and talks about that time in Skypiea, the most important part of Skypiea.
Yep.
That he saw a phantom, and it turns out it was just a phantom. It was Frankie says it's a Klabouter man, which is a real folklore thing. It is typically just an old fisherman type guy who is said to rescue sailors off the side of their ship and do what Frankie said, warn the crew if something's going to happen. It's have you guys ever heard of, it's like a Slavic mythology thing, a domovoi? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Mm-hmm. It's a hairy little man who's inside everyone. Everyone has one in their house. And if you take good care of your house, he'll help you with chores. He'll keep things clean. He'll even give you gifts. If you don't, though, your stuff will start disappearing and things like that. It is 100% just a parent was like, there's a little man who lives in this house, and if you don't clean your room, he's going to steal your shit.
Do you think, because I only do a subpar job about cleaning our house, historian, that our little hairy man came out of the walls and stole the memory card with the cooking episode footage on it?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened.
Shit, I gotta get better at cleaning the house.
Uh-huh.
Do you think your hairy little man is just Henry?
Fuck, he's already here. Shit. He's right behind me.
Henry.
He's right behind me.
What if the cooking episode is inside Henry?
It might be.
I can't afford the vet bills to get that out, you guys. I'm sorry. It's staying in there.
Yep.
Oh.
Anyway,
man,
there's a lot of gratuitous shots of Frankie's crotch and abs through all of this.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's important. It's integral.
What the fuck are you talking about? If I wasn't seeing Frankie's grundle, I wasn't happy with the show.
Just zoom past every time something happens, it just zooms right over it. This is really important.
Yeah.
We really need to see this bulge. We really have to see these
sexual
abs.
icon of age. How old is Frankie? He's I'm guessing 30s.
He's I want to say
fucking
32. 2 at the start of the series.
Hell yeah!
I kept-
look at that.
I kept writing this note in my notebook every time because literally Frankie still wants to kill Luffy. Like
He's
he's
34,
still
sorry.
he still wants to kill Luffy this whole time, and like the way that he's being depicted throughout the whole episodes is like a very sympathetic like new character for the crew, but it's just like showing all this, but it's like he also still wants to kill Luffy. And
I feel like by the end of this, like not.
yeah, not at all.
Real-
Yeah, not
I mean,
at all.
he straight up forgets. I forget if it's this episode or the next one, but like they're talking and it's later on. They say something and he's like, right, yeah, I'm getting along with you too well. You're supposed to be a bargaining chip for your boss.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to use you as bait. And Usopp's like, well, that's not going to work anymore. But Frankie straight up was just having a good time with Usopp.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Frankie is like built. He came from the same hole that Luffy crawled out of. Like they're both like. There's no way Luffy is not exactly like that when he's in his like 30s.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Fucking man. No, I like Frankie. I think too they did a good job of him being like nothing he did from his perspective was at all wrong because he's like there's just some shitty pirates, like why wouldn't I take their stuff? Like
Yeah.
fuck these guys. Whatever.
Oh yeah.
Like they'll be fine without it. They probably stole it.
Yeah.
They did a good job like backing Frankie.
Oh, for sure. During the like flashback of seeing Usopp seeing the Klabouterman fairy creature, fucking we just hear the Mary being like, "Don't worry, I'll carry everyone for a little bit longer."
Yeah.
Which is really adorable, but also kind of creepy.
The reveal that like Mary's like, yes, I build all my ships using the souls of orphans. It's like, what?
What? Mary?
I'm the world's greatest necromancer.
So the ship just fixed itself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got to get one of them auto fix ships.
It was just like, I don't want this flying shit on me anymore. I'm fixed now.
Okay, but Matt, you have to imagine it. Imagine if your Honda CR-V had a soul and could keep itself driving a little bit longer. Would you not love that?
Oh, I would. Yeah, it just like pooped out its soul, and the soul was like, knock, 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 fixed, and then it just like reverse pooped, pulled itself back in. And then yeah, the reverse poop.
It's a, I don't know, it's a weird thing that we do, like, specifically with vehicles, like, we really prescribe them that soul and personality, so I think it makes sense. And it's happening in Skypiea. Like, I don't know, One Piece is ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous at all. It's life. One Piece is life.
It's magical.
One Piece is life, Michael.
I mean, if somebody as sexually, like, viable as Silver Fox Foxy can exist in this universe, of course there are fairies. Of course.
Of course. We hear a bell at the door.
Bing bong.
Bing bong.
Fuck your life.
Fuck your life. Mozu gets fucked up and not launched across the
Kiwi
room.
gets fucked up.
Kiwi gets kicked by CP9.
Kapow.
Kapow. End of the episode.
Yeah, it was a lot of flashbacks.
There were.
Should have entitled that episode, Remember Skypiea?
That's the next episode?
No, the next episode doesn't have a good title. Let me think of one.
Episode 248.
I want it. Okay, I named this one Tom is an Icon. I fucking adore.
Yeah.
Everything about Tom.
Tom is the fucking best. I love Tom.
If I could, one of my genie wishes would be to like look like the human equivalent of Tom. That's like my ideal form. Everything about it.
Skinny legs,
like
big hulking
just-
top body.
Yeah, he's like the most top heavy with like these little legs. He's a fish man. He's got like.
Do you want to try to take a guess as to what kind of fish man he is? Because again, they're all based on actual creatures.
He's got horns.
I was expecting some sort of like pufferfish, because he's like a big
Yeah.
poofy dude.
Because he's got horns and everything too, so pufferfish makes sense. That would be my guess.
Like
He
a s-
is. It's. I guess it's probably in relation to the pufferfish somewhere along the lines. He is a longhorn cowfish, which they do. They're like they look like the square puffers, and they have two little horns that come off the front.
I love that.
And that's what Tom is.
Tom is
Tom.
Man, fucking Tom.
Fucking Tom.
Tom. I love that they're like Tom, and I'm like, oh, he's just gonna be like a guy, and then it's like, nah, he's the most man you could ever hope for.
He's so wholesome and good, and the whole crew,
oh my God.
Tom's crew,
Fucking-
the best crew.
That whole gang just
Motherfucking Tom, you got Iceberg, you got Frankie, you got fucking Kokoro, and motherfucking
Yep.
Yokozuna. The whole gang's
Just-
here.
fucking squad.
Oh, I love that Yokozuna is on the squad. That made
I
me
also
so
love
happy.
that they do give you the callback of they're like having family dinner one night, and Frankie goes to storm off, and he's like, "Come on, Yokozuna, I'm gonna teach you how to do the front crawl now."
Yeah.
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 You get that like origin.
So good.
Oh man, do you guys think that Tom and Kokoro are lovers?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
In some extent, yes. They're not like, yeah.
They're
Yeah,
not like a
Because those two are
couple.
co-parenting the hell out of
Yeah.
those two.
They're not like a couple, but like they bone on the regular.
Yeah.
Oh, is Chimney? Do you think Chimney is a biological granddaughter? She has Kokoro's teeth.
Who's the mother? Who's the daughter/mother?
Wow.
I don't know if, like,
Khalifa.
I don't know if they're related.
Crocodile.
Crocodile. Crocodile is always the mother, always.
Yo, Panda Man sighting in this one, and also Little Polly.
Little Polly, you saw
Little
him. That was
Polly.
important.
Little Polly baby.
Panda Man is immortal, I guess.
I mean, I know I'm so happy. Yes,
Oh, okay.
obviously. Words are hard right now.
Chimney is Kokoro's biological granddaughter.
Fuck yeah, let's go,
Yes.
Chimney.
So many questions.
Do you think her?
Interesting.
So Kokoro is the grandmother. The daughter is probably like Fireplace, and then the granddaughter is Chimney.
You guys
And-
are about to get more
Gonna be Fireplace?
confusing information about Kokoro, and I'm really excited for it.
Okay, interesting.
I'm Jimby. We learned that Jimby got mentioned before. I don't remember if that happened in the anime or not.
I
But
think it might have just been in the manga, but like it's
I
fine.
Yeah.
I think in the anime, I don't think they specify. In the manga, they do say Jinbei, head of the fishmen. I think they just say
Jinbei.
that there is a fishman who is one of the warlords. I don't think it's
Yeah.
specified.
But it's fine. That's not really a spoiler.
No.
Jimby.
We knew about Jimby.
We knew Jimby.
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 Jimby. Frankie tries to fight Galley Law / CP9.
They're all wearing black clothes. I know that they've been wearing a black clothes, but I was just kind of like, why? They didn't need to all wear black clothes.
Because they're secret agents.
And like, it's not even like they all have the same outfit. It's just the same clothes they wore before, but all black.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid.
What's confusing? What's confusing about that?
I mean,
Okay.
listen.
Yes. I'm going to go on one of my classic rants, Mike.
Okay.
All right, go for it.
All this shit that we keep calling back to only happened 8 years ago, but somehow everyone's like, oh, we don't remember anything. Like, literally, Frankie looks exactly the same, except just like a little bit more buff. And everyone's like, hey, that guy's not that same kid who got hit by a train. Like, they look literally exactly the same. Also,
Well, nobody saw him get hit by a train other than
The people on
Buggy's dad.
Well,
the
yeah,
people
but-
on the train.
but like,
and Yokozuna.
no one
who
in
can't talk.
no one in town wasn't just like, oh, that new guy, Frankie, looks exactly like Cuddy Flam, that guy who was alive the same time we were alive 8 years ago.
I don't think anybody really knew about. He was like living under a bridge, building
That's
gunship
yeah,
things in a big city.
He came back, he rebuilt himself, got a kind of new look. And I'm sorry, the Clark Kent effect is real. We're going to acknowledge it in One Piece, and we're going to let it slide.
Whatever. Also, like, these fucking CP9 motherfuckers came to town 5 years ago, but then, like, literally in a couple episodes, like, they, like, roll up just looking exactly like they looked all the time, but now wearing black clothes, and everyone's like, oh, hey, that's Lucci. He works for the government. And, like, wouldn't the workers also be like, I know
Marines who say that.
Yeah, but aren't there Marines who probably come by and hang out in Water 7? Like
they
the
were
Marines.
undercover. But okay, so
I think I'm
military ranking.
Yeah.
CP9 is way above the Marines.
Yes.
They can receive,
and these are probably high-ranking Marines.
and these
too,
are
like,
high-ranking Marines too. So you have to imagine people coming in and out of Water 7 don't know that they're there, that they're undercover. It's only, whoever dealt down the orders to CP9 who knows that they're there. Once it's revealed, obviously they're probably told, oh, this is what happened in Water 7. CP9 is going to be waiting for us. They obviously know that that's who's there. That's who's going to be there. We know Rob Lucci is the head of CP9.
Also, like, isn't CP9 super secret? Shouldn't no one know about it because it's a super secret organization? Are they disbanding CP9 after this one mission they've been doing for 5 years?
Well, no,
I just think
they are the military. They do want to brag about doing a good job murdering people, so they are going to take credit.
Yeah, I think it's like on the record they don't exist, but like a lot of people are like, oh, you hear about that shadow government that like hides aliens type thing? Like,
yeah.
We do that in real life.
CP9 is Area 51.
I just think it's bizarre that, like, everyone has this weird collective amnesia where, like, Tom and Iceberg and Frankie were all helping to create this fucking train for 10 years. And everyone's like, oh, it's the day of the trial now. Like, remember all of this information that's been happening? But then, like, 8 years pass since Tom dies, and no one remembers anything. No, but like they say, they're like, no one really remembers about the whole Tom thing. Like, oh, they know he was a good shipwright and stuff, but that's like about it.
Well, I guess there was like probably like 50 people at that event where he like flipped out, and then like the rest is all hearsay. And then they built the train, so a ton of people coming into Water 7 are like new people.
I guess I just feel like
also 8 years is like a good amount of time for people to forget.
I don't fucking know, man. I just think there's a weird.
It took us
time displacement.
It took us less than 8. It took us less than 8 years to make a lot of 9/11 jokes. So
it's true. I'm like, the people of Water 7 are a bunch of dumb idiots.
I think it's a big city.
And
that's what I was thinking the entire time.
That they're a bunch of dumb idiots,
city.
or is this a big city?
If there was one blue-haired lunatic kid in New York City who like disappeared after getting hit by a subway train and then reappeared with bigger arms, like everyone would be like, I don't know that guy, I don't know who the fuck that is.
And his name, whatever, Michael.
Only Iceberg called him Frankie.
Yeah, whatever. It's fine. I just think everyone in Water 7 is a big dumb idiot. That's
who's
big city living over here.
Mr. Matt, who's always like, I try to go in with the mind of a child.
The mind of a child.
I'm still a critical child.
I'm still the mind of a child.
I feel you're taking the hater card today.
I am a little bit.
I'm the hater.
I'm a little hater card today. I apologize, listeners, you motherfuckers.
Wait, what did you just say? Do you want
Wonka movie? What?
Oh my god, no, we're not talking about this.
What? Talking about what?
What were you gonna say, historian?
Matt, you had pitched something earlier. You wanted to call them instead of motherfuckers.
Giblets?
Giblets.
I think that's worse.
Somehow more.
Little giblets.
Yeah, I think it's more.
Hey,
offensive.
giblets.
No, I don't like that.
Fiddle dicks.
Nope.
Nope.
I just don't think we should keep putting Timothy Chalamet in movies. Tom is a fish man.
I think
Tom.
arguably we should. Eventually he will learn shame. Maybe.
I think we just need to put Timothy Chalamet and Tom Holland, the two scrawny white boys, in
With no lips.
no lips. Just put them both inside of a big like cage ball, and just have it roll around, and whichever one survives
Tom Holland.
gets out of the
Yeah.
ball and gets.
Tom Holland's got a
and get-
dancer's body.
Yes, he does.
Timothy Chalamet is built like a fucking matchstick.
I was going to say his bones are hollow. He'd just disintegrate.
Looks like a lizard.
Whichever one survives gets to play young Frankie in the live-action One Piece Netflix show.
No.
Yeah. Tom Holland as young Frankie,
No.
showing off those legs,
No.
showing off those abs.
No.
I like that Kokoro makes young Frankie put on shorts, and she's like, everyone's been staring at you when you were walking around. Another
would
thing,
cast-
people staring at him as he walks it around. They'd remember that boy. They'd remember that boy. Kokoro makes the
Remember his
comeback.
ass.
Yeah. I want to
Frankie looks like he'd have a Hank Hill ass.
like who?
Hank Hill. Frankie tries to attack Lucci.
Chain
as he's
fist.
revealing info. Yeah, chain fist. At some point during this, he like grabs Bluno by like the face and is like crushing his skull.
Mm-hmm.
And Bluno is about to kill him, but gets stopped by Lucci.
They end up.
He like does like a chain fist thing. It's crazy. Lucci knocks Frankie into a room, and it's Tom's old workshop.
Secret library.
And then we get flashback. There's gonna be a lot of flashbacks, a lot of flashback episodes. But it's okay because they have Tom in them.
Yes. We start to see a flashback of young Frankie and young Iceberg.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see Tom for the first time. And he throws a fucking ship in the air and then throws the masts into it. And then it assembles the ship in the air. And then it flips over and lands in the ocean.
Literally throws a ship together.
The coolest
Yeah.
shit. And then he just goes, if you want to be a man, show us some gusto.
Oh my god, what a beautiful fucking. Yeah, I think we also see Frankie's the 8th of his battleships.
Yep.
The Battle Frankie 8. He really wants to kill a Sea King.
Mm-hmm.
And Iceberg and Frankie argue a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, we also see a young Yokozuna.
Yeah.
And how he was Tom's friend. And then Kokoro was there too. And she was taller back then somehow.
Showing, yes, she was taller.
The most remarkable thing is that at some point, Kokoro like got her legs cut off at the knees or something
Well,
because she dropped like 2 feet.
well, they say when you get older, you shrink. They say that.
A lot apparently.
Yeah.
It's the booze.
Maybe, yeah, I don't know. Maybe she ate the shrink fruit.
Oh, not the drink fruit. If you have a drinking problem, you should seek help from local detox
Mike.
clinic or something similar, or me. Judicial ship arrives
Boom, boom,
and they
boom.
take Tom away
Yes.
because Tom made Gold D. Rogers' ship, the Oro Jackson,
Yes.
my favorite of the Young Bucks.
I thought you were going to say
Tom
my
sends-
favorite of the Jackson 5.
No, we already did we talked about a Jackson last week, I think.
Michael Jackson Scooby-Doo, Thriller Bark.
Thriller
I
Bark.
still stand by. It was a great joke.
They talk about sentencing Tom to Ennie's Lobby to be executed. Is this the first time we heard about Ennie's Lobby?
I'm pretty sure we heard about Ennie's Lobby when... Isn't Ennie's Lobby where all the fucking government officials were for that one episode we saw with fucking like Mihawk, Kuma, and Dom Flamingo, and then the other fucking heads of the world government? Isn't that
It
one?
was like the World government trade center.
I remember seeing Annie's Lobby or reading Annie. I don't know. I feel like they mentioned Annie's Lobby at one point before. But now they're like leaning heavily into Annie's Lobby.
They're saying it a lot.
They're saying it a lot. It sounds like we might be going there.
It's very smart. It's like it's like when like you're playing like a Zelda game and there's like I'm just gonna say this word 1,000 times so it really sinks in.
Yep. It's like when they kept saying during the Jaya arc, Sky Island, Skypiea, Sky Island. And then
Skypiea.
And then we got there. Yep.
And then we talked about Eneru a lot.
Yep. Anyway, Tom's found guilty, but then he subverts it by being like, well, hey, I want to build this sea train, so what if I did that first? And then
they're like, oh.
And they're like, ooh, that sounds great for free? That sounds...
We love boosting the economy.
Yes. 10 years probation. Build that sea train, baby.
It's going to connect St. Poplar, Poochie, and San Faldo to Water 7 and Ennie's Lobby.
Yes.
Per the judge's request. Tom talks a lot about the mechanics of it and stuff. Also, Frankie gets really pissed off that nobody appreciates Tom.
Yes.
And this is when he goes to teach Yokozuna how to front crawl.
Yep. And then we get the biggest. Then we get the biggest montage ever.
Yep. Yeah. And we get some of the origin of Frankie, where he was just abandoned by his parents because he was too rambunctious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just too much to handle. Probably what happened to Luffy. Then we get the montage of Tom iceberging them. They're all working on the train, but Frankie isn't. He's distant. He's not really having it. He's doing his own thing. But eventually, he starts helping out, and then they're all working together because they're a big, happy family.
And then they do it.
They do it. They build the sea train after a lot of missteps. There's a big crab that cracked one of them in half.
Yep. The puffing Tom is complete.
Puffing Tom, and everybody's happy, and nothing bad is going to happen.
Yep. End of episode. Episode 249.
Have we completely dodged any bits so far?
No, we've been doing bits.
Have we been doing bits?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like we've been doing as like involved bits.
I went on one of my classic rants, Mike.
That's a rant. That's not a bit.
That's true. I'm really upset. We went 10 episodes without Sanji. I know I've been heavily on the Zoro train. Also, we've basically gone 10 episodes without Luffy and Zoro as well.
I'm guessing that's like going to be a theme. We've basically gone that long without Nami or Chopper. Like the Straw Hats have barely done anything.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Anyway, the very beginning of this episode, Zoro is like, we see Zoro for a second, and he's like, I'm ready for payback. And then we hear Luffy stuck, and then that's all we see of them for the whole episode.
I like that we last saw Zoro go into the water, and apparently the waves are so bad he just got shot back out into a building.
Yeah, it was great.
The title of this episode, by the way, is Cuddy Flam Goes Grocery Shopping.
Perfect.
And background MVP is Judge McJudgebeard. I don't know his name.
I like.
Yeah, we start off.
Judge McJudgebeard is great. That's a good.
Right, Judge McJudgebeard.
He's a good man, and it's a great name.
Yeah, we get the Zoro Luffy stuff. I just assumed at this point Luffy was jammed between two buildings or something again, because I think he says not again. Or is that the next episode? That's the next episode.
I think that's the next episode. Yeah.
Yeah. But we cut over to Lucci just breaking stuff, pissing
all
Frankie off,
pissing on Frankie,
pissing the night away.
But
Frankie gets back up.
He does, but then
he gets up again. Another one brings him down. He gets back up. He gets whipped. Whip Khalifa. I'm gonna have to edit all that out.
No, you can keep it, baby.
Did you miss my Wiz Khalifa, Whip Khalifa?
It was a really good joke, Mike.
Whip Khalifa is very good.
I have a friend, old coworker, who really doesn't like Wiz Khalifa because Wiz Khalifa like came up with an idea that was the same as this person's. So he calls him Wiz Laquifa. He said it a lot? He said it a lot at work in the office in front of supervisors. And nobody was bothered by it.
Is that when you go to try to pee, but then nothing comes out?
Mm-hmm.
Wiz Laquifa.
Yeah. when you push too hard and it just goes.
What the fuck is happening here, guys?
Don't know. I think we're too tired.
What is happening?
We're
Make
doing
it
a
stop.
bit. We're
Make
doing
it
a bit.
I don't like it. No, we were doing so good without bits, I think.
Frankie's not happy that Lucci called Tom a criminal.
Yes.
More flashback. We won't talk about
more
queefs anymore.
More flashbacks. I'm very mad still that it was only 8 years and no one remembers that Frankie was Cutty Flam. We don't need to get into it again.
He's like a nobody.
He is somebody. He's hanging out with Tom all the time. You wouldn't think that the greatest shipwright in the whole city wouldn't be walking around and people wouldn't see a small blue-haired...
He was ostracized for building a pirate ship.
But...
the king of the pirates pirate
But
ship.
he's also making like the new form of fucking public transportation for the whole city. You wouldn't think people would see...
somebody's working on the new T train in Boston. I don't know what the fuck their name is.
Yeah, but you don't. If you saw him every day and you were like,
nobody's seeing Tom every day.
Everyone's seeing that sexy blue-haired motherfucker hanging out, not wearing any clothes.
Under a bridge.
Not wearing any clothes.
You crazy. 8 years is a long time.
Whatever. Fucking Spawn Dom comes from Cyberpole 5 and he's like, blah, 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 I'm a piece of shit. And
then he gets hit by a cannonball. He's so buggy coated.
He is. He very much is.
He's like official Buggy.
He's got a
He even sounds like Buggy.
Yeah, he's got a shitty nose. Why does his nose look like that?
Built-in, because he's got built-in clown makeup. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's humans, there's like animal people, there's fishmen, and then there's just an entire species of juggalos in this world.
Clown people.
Yeah, clown folk.
Clown folk. The clown folk.
That's my next D&D character is going to be clown folk.
I think I might have that from that last campaign we did, the haunted carnival, the horror carnival.
Yeah.
There might be clown folk as like a subclass.
You should play as a clown bard next time you play D&D.
People would hate that.
Yeah.
Anyway, Frankie's battleships are taking up too much space.
What?
I don't know.
Oh.
He's just got
what?
I don't know. I wrote that as a note. I don't remember what it means. He's just got a lot of battleships.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. I think I don't know if I wrote it down. Iceberg gets really angry at Frankie with the battleship situation because he's like, you're building weapons. Like, I know you aren't going to hurt people with them, but somebody might.
Yeah.
You know, you have to be more responsible.
Yeah. Just because you are not building them with malice intent doesn't mean that someone could come along and use what you have found or created for malice intent. That is a theme that comes back around later.
It's very important to Iceberg.
Yes.
Tom's just kind of like, boat's a boat. Don't be a dick.
Yep. He's like, be proud of your boat. No matter what, be proud of your boat. You made it. It's your boat.
Boats aren't evil. Boats don't kill people. People kill people.
Yep, exactly. No semi-automatic boats.
Don't ban you can't take my boat.
We should have a full ban on assault boats.
This is for our non-American listeners. We have a real boat problem in the U.S.
We've got a big boat problem in the U.S. There's been a mass boating every day this year.
That's the word. Okay, we're gonna move on.
Sorry, it's not funny, but it's anyway. Moving on. Tom shows Iceberg and Frankie Oh, I jumped ahead. Sorry.
I think Spondum's looking for the Pluton blueprints.
Yes. There's a fight.
And then Tom shows, after he leaves, Tom's like, I gotta show you boys these crazy blueprints.
Yep. And Frankie's like, let's build it. And then Iceberg is like, nah, don't. Remember.
Yeah.
Remember.
Danger.
Weapons.
Danger.
Danger. And then Tom says, storm's brewing. And then he pulls out, he has a wanted poster with Robin's face, the Robin wanted poster on it.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Tells him to watch out for that one, too.
Yep.
Kokoro makes Frankie wear pants.
Yep.
Bullshit. And then the judicial ship arrives as Spondum's coming up with a scheme.
Bullshit. More like bulge shit. Am I right?
Don't shame the best body on the show, the second best body on the show. It goes Tom, it goes Frankie.
What about Foxy, Mike? Have you forgotten about Foxy
I can't
already?
rank him.
Already?
It's not fair to rank him.
You forgot about Silver Fox Foxy already.
Yeah, he's not even a number. He's like prime. I'm gonna get a little Silver Fox Foxy tramp stamp.
Underneath it just says like, I've got an evil plan.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get it so like his eyes are peeking over the pants.
His eyes and his fucking fox hair peeking just over your underpants. That's the funniest.
Quote bubbles. I've got the evil plan.
I've got the evil little plan.
God, I am gonna be so like ravenous if Foxy shows up again. When there's the scene and Luffy's he's getting launched into the air to fight Baphomet or whatever, and Silver Fox Foxy's right at the top, right after Buggy, and he's like, I got you, Straw Hat, and throws him up.
Historian,
And then
have we talked about this?
Luffy uses the Buster Sword to kill Sephiroth.
Is he going to come back, Historian?
Sephiroth? Probably.
Sephiroth always Foxy if you watch the movies.
We're going to have to watch a movie, Mike.
I'll watch a Foxy movie.
We should watch a movie with Foxy in it, but not tell Mike that Foxy's in it, just so we can get the real like genuine reaction when he shows up and you're like, ah! That'd be fun.
Man, I'm going to do a fan comic of Foxy beating all of CP9 single-handedly, just to post it all over the internet.
Out of curiosity, I wanted to look, because I use Mercari for reselling some stuff, and I was like, maybe there's a Foxy figure on Mercari. There is one. It is $45, not including shipping, and it's so scary. It's so scary.
Yeah.
It's Foxy when Chopper is still being held hostage.
Can I Venmo you $45 plus shipping and handling if you order that?
I'm going to put in an offer. I'm going to see if they'll go lower.
Nice. There's a live merch purchase on a Merchus, if you will.
If I find out any of you buy this before me, I'm gonna end the podcast.
I don't think Hey, we're gonna secure this purchase before the end of the podcast, Mike.
Oh my god, it's so small too. I just noticed they said scroll to last photo for size reference. It's about as tall as a AA battery.
Oh my goodness!
And he's doing the Foxy fingers.
Incredible.
Oh man.
How much
Anyway,
money do I have on Mercari?
Foxy has the most sex out of anybody in One Piece, without a doubt.
everyone.
And it's all consensual and really like tender.
He's just
Because they all love him because he's a good leader.
so they all and then
They all just get into a big pile of love.
and like right beforehand, he just whispers in all of their ears. He's just like, "I've got the sexy little plan," and then
How has this
I
come
just
back?
thought of something like even what?
How has this come back to a Foxy podcast?
It's
the Foxy Cast.
It's always the Foxy Cast.
I'll start doing the Foxy minute about how I believe that Foxy would single-handedly defeat any villain who shows up.
What do you think Foxy's doing right now?
He's just hanging out, probably having like a little bit of a barbecue.
I mean, honestly, he could probably easily defeat all of CP9 because every time they do their stupid jump into the air, he would just slow beam and they would stop moving, and then he could just
Fingers don't shoot so good when they slow.
yeah. You can't make your body of the iron when you're so slow, and then he just shoots them all with a gun.
You'd have like a mechanism to just poke people in the eyes, and it would just like your eyes aren't iron.
Your iron eyes. Anyway, everyone gathers for Tom's trial 10 years later after the sea train has been completed. But however, right when the trial's about to begin, the judicial ship gets attacked.
Crack, boom. Whoa, what's happening?
And everyone's freaking out. They're like, what's going on? And Frankie's there. Frankie got there before Tom and everyone. And Frankie,
You know how much people didn't know Frankie? They saw a bunch of ships that said Battle Frankie, and everybody was like, who the fuck?
Because they know him as Cuddy Flam.
Mm-hmm. That's why nobody would remember
Cuddy
him.
Flam.
He wore goggles when he was little. He wears sunglasses now. Totally different.
Anyway, all of a sudden, you see the ships that are attacking the judicial ship are all of Frankie's battleships, and he's like in the square freaking out. He's like, "What? Who got my ships?" And we immediately see that it's a bunch of government officials on the Frankie ships. They're Spawn Dom's fucking condom crew.
They're all wearing condoms.
Yep.
They're wearing like wetsuit. Bunch of stupid idiots.
Yep.
Tom and Iceberg catch wind that that's happening, and they rush to confront them. They all jump off, and then when Tom and Iceberg are on the ships, they get blown up
By more Frankie ships.
By more Frankie ships, and Tom gets like a harpoon in the heart.
Yes. Which is a special harpoon.
That you can't remove.
Yes.
Allegedly.
We find out later that it is removable.
Yeah.
And then
Iceberg gets really pissed off at Frankie about all this. And he's like, I told you it was going to happen.
Weapons can hurt anyone.
Yeah.
Boats
And
don't kill people. People kill people with boats.
especially when they have cannons on them.
And then Iceberg says, I'll never forgive you.
Yeah, and then it says to be continued after that dramatically.
It does.
And then there's some ending credits that are sad.
Episode
I probably skipped them. Episode
I did 250.
250.
I did not, Michael.
Episode 250, I tried to name like one of the anime episode titles, so I called it Frankie Dies, A Masked Man Spills Coffee. Because they just say random shit that
it does. It is
just like
it is true. All of it is true.
Usopp gets LASIK.
Yeah.
Sometimes they say stuff and it doesn't
LASIK. Usopp gets a vasectomy.
I'm not talking about background MVP is pro wrestling.
Frankie gets a vasectomy. Anyway.
Maybe. We don't know what's going on down there.
He's hit by a train. Historian? Does Frankie have a penis?
Is there a model? There's a There's like a figure.
Historian just made a face.
There is not a model. There is a moment that's going to happen next 50 to 100 episodes tops. I want to say that you will know without a doubt what Frankie has going on down there.
Hell yeah.
Can we guess? Can we make a prediction of what it is?
I mean, if you...
I'm guessing a healthy 6 inches.
Can I make a prediction?
Yeah, go for it. At this point, go for it. What?
I want to picture that it's like it's like one of the soda fountain spritzers where there's like a button you can press and then it has like the little nozzle underneath that it shoots out soda.
It's one of the soda machines at Wendy's that you get to like pick the combination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you tickle his abs a bunch, and then all of a sudden you get Coke Zero.
Oh, like lights appear in his abs, and they're actually just buttons.
Yeah, you can do like Coke Zero with cherry flavoring or whatever.
I meant it more in a way of you will know if the dick and balls survived the train crash. But yeah, if you want,
we don't get measurement.
I don't think we get measurement.
I bet it's a solid girth.
It's probably measured in like fucking X-toll or something.
What's the conversion rate on dick inches to X-toll?
Yeah, I would like to know. Hey, everyone, if you're in the Discord, let us know in the smut channel what the...
Frankie's definitely got like a vibration feature too. At that point, it just doesn't matter. All right.
I will say this episode, just like I got about halfway through, or not even halfway. It was just the way it started with the music, everything happening. There's just like so much melodrama going on, and I fucking love it so much. It's so fucking juicy and like visceral, and I was just in it. Just like Zorro hopping up on top of a fucking like roof for a second, he's dripping in water, and then like we see all the like the Frankie showdown with the fucking CP9, fucking Kokoro sitting on a like drinking as the fucking Galley Law Company building's burning down. Just so much melodrama, and I was all about it.
It's fucking was this the one where there was like 5 minutes before the intro played?
Yeah, and it's just like all recap.
Yeah.
And then
this is the one where we hear Luffy just don't see him. We just hear not again.
Yeah.
Kind of deal. It's like he's jammed in between two buildings.
Yeah. The whole beginning of the episode was just like, hey, remember all of this stuff's happening all at the same time? All right, now we're just going to go back to the flashback with Frankie and Tom and everyone. Which...
Yeah. What?
I was just going to say, which I appreciate. It's better than like fucking Skypiea, where we don't get a check back in with what's happening in real time. It just kept like, we had those like 4 episodes straight of just like flashback to Kalgara and fucking Mont Blanc Noland and nothing else. So I appreciate at the beginning, they're just like, hey, just to let you know, this is still happening, but we're still talking about Frankie's past with Tom and everybody.
Yeah. We got to cover this like history. I'm guessing that's going to be like One Piece is like we're gonna spend a good chunk of time in flashbacks because it feels like the world lore is like taking precedent.
Yeah.
Because they're like all our Straw Hats kind of. There's not anything else to figure out about them.
Yeah.
They're pretty cut and dry about what they're about, but
we're learning
maybe
we're learning more about like some of them whose their backstories haven't been fleshed out, like Robin. And like we're learning a little bit more about each one's backstory, but like on the whole, we're just getting the sort of world lore expanded, which is great. I love it. It's good. Good stuff.
Yeah. It is a cool world.
Yes.
So yeah, we go to a flashback. Tom is, I think, laying in like a square with a spear in his chest. Townsfolk show up. Oh no, he's like on the ground. Townsfolk show up by where the boats were. Then Spondum arrives and he's like, "What happened? Oh my god!"
So fucking. I know I'm a fucking mark, and I'm a little boy, and I'm watching things as a child, but I was so mad.
It is really fun that Spondum just like, I don't know if they're gonna. I would be a little annoyed if they pulled out a like, actually he's a badass thing.
Yes.
It's very funny to me and very accurate that this like middle management piece of shit would be running a secret government organization, because that's how it is.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's 100% how it is. Like I feel like there's no way. There's like somebody who's just like, I'm in charge of this. I don't know how I got here. I'm not qualified.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm just gonna go with it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Very funny.
Oh yeah.
Tom's workshop. The whole gang is on trial. Well, just Tom, Iceberg, and Frankie are on trial. And Tom breaks free at one point because he's like, oh yeah, Frankie gets upset. He's like, I wish I never built those ships. Those aren't my ships anymore. I hate those ships. And Tom just easily breaks free of the shackles and just decks Frankie in the face. And Iceberg's like, yo, he's never hit Frankie before.
Yeah. I will say just before that too, right when the trial started, Frankie tells the truth, and then the entire crowd just like laughs at him, which is exhausting for me.
Yeah.
Because it's like, why would you fucking believe this evil, obviously evil-looking man, versus people who literally just created the new public transit for the whole city? Whatever.
Well,
Anyway.
I mean, are you gonna believe a blue collar worker, or would people believe like a random blue collar worker or a city official or like a government official?
I would
showed
believe
up and
the
said something?
blue collar person because,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, some of us would, but I feel like a mass of angry people,
Fuckers.
unfortunately.
Fuckers. Anyway, yeah, Tom punches Frankie and he's like, "You never regret building a ship. It's not the ship. You be proud of that ship."
And we get a little Tom internal monologue where he's like, "Well, there's no way out of this one," and I think Frankie really wants to punch that guy, so he just goes and just
does it?
spawned him hard in the fucking face,
Yeah.
and then gets shot with a bunch of tranquilizers.
Yep.
He said because they were basically like getting rid of his crime of building Goldie Rogers' ship with the train thing.
Mm-hmm.
He says like, let me take the responsibility for that initial crime and let the ship absolve these two and myself of like this new crime.
Yeah.
And the judge is like, yeah, I like this guy.
Yeah. He's like, that
That's-
sounds good. Cool.
Yeah, we'll do that. You're going to Endy's lobby.
Yeah.
But he doesn't say he's getting executed there. So I think we're going to see Tom again. I bet we see Tom again.
Maybe. Fucking.
Because why would they kill him if he knows how to build that ship?
That's true. I guess that makes sense. I will say, Tom's the best dad ever. He has launched himself to the top of my One Piece dad
know.
list. He's the best dad.
Yeah, 100%. He's the most dad we've seen.
I think so. I mean, who are the any other dads we've encountered?
Shanks has dad energy.
He does. Hawkeye Mihawk's got some dad energy.
Yasop is specifically a bad father.
He's a bad dad. Daddy the father. Great dad.
Smoker's got daddy energy.
Who's Koza's dad? Koza's dad is a good dad. Koza's a bad
Good
son.
dad. Good dad, bad son.
You're forgetting Zeph.
Oh yeah,
Zeph,
fuck Zeph.
Zeph is really good dad.
Zeph and
and
Tom
Tom hung
are
out.
like fucking like
They hung
right
out.
there. They definitely hung out. They're best buds.
Yeah.
Do you think Tom built the Baratier?
Maybe.
That would be the
be
coolest
pretty
shit
cool.
ever. Historian, did Tom build the Baratier?
Genzo.
Genzo and Dr. Grandpa.
Genzo's good dad. And Dr. Grandpa.
And Hero Look. Fuck, Hero Look's a good dad.
Hero Look's a
Three
good
dads.
dad.
Those three
There's so many
dads.
We're so far into this fucking show. There's so many characters.
If we
There's
do,
so many good dads, none of them biological.
none of them are biological dads. If we should do a bracket for a filler episode soon. We should do a bracket of like best One Piece dad so far.
I was texting the historian that I think at some point I'm going to need like a chill filler episode because I need an emotional break.
Yeah. I mean, we're almost
So much.
taking a break for just a second. We're almost through Water 7, aren't we? This
Just
is our
about.
this is our
Couple.
fourth Water
And then-
7 episode.
And then we go straight into Enny's lobby, right?
How many we could talk about it in a bit. Let's finish recapping and then we will talk about it in a bit.
Yeah. Tom takes the blame.
Yep.
Gets taken away. Cuddy Flam stands in front of the train because he's like, he freaks out. He's like, you can't take Tom, and he just takes a gun and bashes Spondum's face in again.
Yes. Which is great.
And then books it while getting shot at, and then he Yokozuna's the train, but
He from the game episode, we had a still for the game a few podcasts ago where he's got a
he uses
bazooka.
a bazooka on it.
And he tries to blow up the train, but the train, they built it too good.
And I think we thought that was Frankie at the time, right? Because he had blue hair.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. Look at us. We know. We could have made this show.
Yeah. And then Frankie tries to Yokozuna and stop the train, but he doesn't. And that was when I was like, yeah, this is definitely how he becomes a cyborg.
Did you notice that the voice actor changed as soon as he was in front of the train? It was like the older Frankie voice actor compared to the youngie Frankie
Younger
Frankie voice actor. Yeah.
I believe it's the same though, because Kid Frankie is someone else, but Frankie when he's like a teenager,
Middle Frankie. Tom
Middle
Holland Frankie.
we'll call him Middle Frankie.
Can we call him Tom Holland Frankie?
It sounded so different.
It
I thought it was
sounds
a different
different,
guy.
but when you hear him yell, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
that's the same guy. He's obviously he's putting on more of a character voice when he is Frankie, but it's the same guy, at least playing the teenager
That's
version
crazy.
of him.
Cool.
He's good.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Holy shit. Frankie goes into a little internal monologue. He says, I want to build my own dream ship, and he wants to sail it to the ends of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
So we get, like, Frankie's dream, which pretty easy dream to achieve if you hang out with Luffy.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that he's going to join.
Oh yeah. Then we finally see Lucci, like in current time, being like, "Gonna take you, Frankie, to Ennie's lobby. Where's the Pluton or the plans for the Pluton?" And then they get a little transponder snail pop and we hear someone spill coffee on themselves.
The historian's face when you did the transponder snail. Yeah, somebody spilled coffee, which I really like the transponder snail doing the voice and like expressing and then just going deadpan when it has to emulate the sound of a cup shattering.
Yeah. It's very good.
Really good.
And we see fucking Spondum still alive.
Yeah, and he's like, Frankie, you remember me. Or he like, Cuddy Flame, you remember me. And Frankie's like, I don't. I have no idea what you're talking about.
And once
it's like, oh, are you Sponda?
Yeah.
And he just looks like Mankind. Google Mankind.
Yep. Google Mankind versus The Undertaker in Hell in a Cell.
1998.
And you'll see, if you imagine Frankie is The Undertaker and Spondum is Mankind, I would like to imagine that Frankie does what The Undertaker does to Mankind to Spondum.
Is it 16 feet?
I don't know. I think so. 16 or 20.
Off the top of
the cell, down through a table, baby. Ruin him for
during
life.
During all this, Usopp has just like a bead on Lucci and them. Like he's like aiming at him, which good for you, Usopp. Mm-hmm. He's being pretty brave.
Yep. Anyway, that's the end of the episode.
Yeah. Now we go on to
episode 251.
251. Robin loves her family.
Yeah, she does.
Background MVP is Sanji.
It's me, Sanji. Fucking Sanji. About time, baby. Mr. Prince.
I've been hanging out by the train. It was a good plan.
My plan was to stand next to the train chain smoking cigarettes until someone showed up.
I went through 3 packs of these menthols. You can't buy them no more, so I got a guy.
I got 17 boners while I was waiting.
Do we get a scene where Chopper has like a sit down talk with Sanji and he's like, so I did an x-ray of your lungs and it doesn't look good, buddy. Like, you really gotta stop smoking so much. Mm-hmm. Like, we can, they have nicotine gum. We've got options.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to remember if there's ever a point where Chopper confronts Sanji about his smoking habits. There is a point later on where Chopper confronts Sanji, or like a moment happens and Chopper's like legitimately like, if he continues to get nosebleeds over women, we will lose him. Like he is slipping away from us. He cannot look at another woman right now.
Oh my god.
That's amazing.
That's so good.
I could see like Chopper trying to talk to him about smoking, and then Sanji's like, "Nah, it's wicked cool," and then Chopper just goes, oh, "Really? Oh my god!"
I think that'd be fun. And then Usopp's like, "Here, Sanji, I made this for you. It's called a vape pen."
Chopper invents
I just
vape
used
pens.
I used a breath dial, filled it with some THC.
Cotton candy flavor.
Cotton candy vape for Sanji.
Do you think that maybe Zoro gets stabbed so often and has so many like internal wounds that Chopper just gives him a lot of medical marijuana to keep him sedated so he doesn't overexert himself?
Fucking, I don't know. I don't remember if it was in the Discord or I saw it on Twitter or on the internet or something. Someone posted something about it was the sleep schedules of the Straw Hats. Was that in the Discord or did I see that on Twitter?
I don't think I saw that.
Someone might have posted it, but that is, yeah, that was SBS for the manga.
Yeah.
I mean, Zoro's got to be like a cat, right? Where he's just sleeping 16 hours a day.
Well, it showed their sleep schedule. He sleeps like throughout the whole day because
his is falls asleep at 4 a.m., wakes up at 7 a.m., and then under it plus various naps.
Yeah. And people were like being like, "Oh my god, Zoro only sleeps a little bit because he wants everyone else to be able to sleep soundly. So he's going to stay up late at night to protect them. And then he just sleeps for those couple of hours and then he sleeps throughout the day while everyone's awake because he wants to protect them at night." And I thought that was adorable.
It's also wrong because we've seen that he falls asleep in the middle of the night while on watch.
You shut the fuck up, Michael. Zoro cares about his family.
Everyone else has very normal sleep
does.
schedules. Chopper gets an extra nap. My favorite is Luffy's is just sleeps when he gets sleepy, gets up when he wakes up. Sleeps about 5 hours a day.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah. Whatever.
He's on that Vince McMahon time.
Whatever. Zoro cares about his family and he doesn't sleep.
They all
Anyway,
do.
CP9's just going to take Frankie and leave, no big deal, and leave Usopp there. I thought that was very funny.
Usopp almost tries to defend him and is like, "Nah, I can't."
And Frankie's like, "Really? That's all you're going to do?"
Don't get my hopes up. We get a quick shot of Chopper getting up and he just grabs Zoro's sword, and I was like,
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
I was very excited about that. The galley law's on fire. Tyrannosaurus is screaming.
Yeah, Tyrannosaurus. Two train guys are gossiping. Fuck, I don't care about that.
Yeah, they gossip a lot.
Chopper leaps from a burning building with Iceberg and Polly and Tyrannosaurus on his back with a katana in his mouth.
Yep.
And he's got a big pink top hat on, and it's still the most badass thing.
It's the coolest thing ever. And then he lands on the ground and then passes out right near Nami. And he's like, but right beforehand, he's like, I gotta check her vitals and make sure she's okay. But then he passes out.
Yeah. We cut back to Kaku just knocking Usopp out because I think he is like, "Oh, you're one of the Straw Hats, aren't you?"
Kaku, the biggest piece of shit in the entire world. Fuck this man.
Just like,
I fucking hate Kaku so fucking much.
He's like, "I thought we told you to get rid of this ship," and then just unhinges it and then just lets it go.
Just launches the Mary into the ocean during Agua Laguna. Fucking piece of shit.
The Mary's... We know the Mary has a spirit, and that the Mary's not going to go down like this.
No, the Mary's
going to
explode.
fucking badass.
The Mary's going to explode.
The Mary's going to like... Some shit's going to happen where the Mary's probably going to explode, but the Mary's going to go out on its terms.
I feel like...
hopefully taking somebody with it.
I feel like the Straw Hats are going to be like about to get hit by the sea train, and then the Mary is going to sail itself front of the train and like get hit, but protect them all from getting hit.
Oh man, that would be incredible.
Like they're like, "Oh, this is it," and they're all hugging each other like, "This is it. We're all gonna go down together." And then the ship's just like, "Ba ba ba ba." I'm gonna give you a little bit longer, and then gets hit. That'd be fun.
I'm going out in a blaze of glory.
Yeah.
Valhalla, witness me.
Witness me. Iceberg and Nami both wake up, and he's like, I need to talk to her in private. So all the galley law workers who are trying to stop the building from burning down give some space.
We've had so many flashbacks that are just like repeat information that because this had already been an interaction I saw, I assumed I was like sort of paying attention, and then I was like, oh wait, no, this is all new information.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Iceberg starts telling Nami about Robin and how like their interaction up in the galley law headquarters. He repeats that same sort of like theme about how one's actions have consequences, because Robin's talking about her dream of wanting to like uncover with the poneglyphs meme and everything like that, and then he's like, but if you do that, what you uncover will be used to destroy the world, basically. It's like you're making a weapon of mass destruction. That's really bad. Yes.
Don't do it.
Like, you can learn the information, but it's still going to ruin the world by learning the information that you want to learn.
Yes. And he says, like, did you not, like, you were at the Devils, you saw what happened to the Devils of O'Hara, and then she freaks out, and she's like, you have no idea about O'Hara, which I think we saw that interaction. It continues, and Robin is talking, tells him that CP9 is authorized to make a buster call on the Straw Hats, which is, correct me if I'm wrong, 5 vice admirals and 10 warships called to one place. So it'd be Aokiji and the 4 other people, and a bunch of big scary ships. And we already know Aokiji is a little bit at everybody's league right now.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah.
For now.
Give Luffy a week. And he's going to destroy this man.
Yep.
I really love like Nami at the end of this episode where she's like, "Oh no, we'll be fine."
Yeah.
But Robin reveals that her wish, like knowing that could happen and it would kill the Straw Hats, she's like, "My wish is for them to go free. I don't care if I have to sacrifice the entire world and myself to do it.
Yeah.
I got to save this feral child and his buddies."
Yes.
Which is
Sodium phosphate.
Nami passes out after hearing this.
Yep.
And then she's like, no, I'm just so relieved. Robin's still our friend. Great. I'm going to go tell the others. And he's like, what are you talking about? You already lost. He's like, no, we haven't even begun.
She's like,
Not
we
once
were all
I tell
holding
Luffy,
back. Like, it's fine.
Yeah. It's like, once I tell Luffy what's going on and that, like, Robin's our friend, they're done.
They're going to be like,
it's okay.
Robin's our friend, so they won't hold back anymore. It's fine.
Yeah. That boy is probably stuck between 2 buildings. He just got impaled, but there's no way it's actually affected him.
It's fine. It's good. At this point, I got really upset, and I wrote in big letters in my book, where the fuck is Sanji?
And then, boom.
And then immediately, there's Sanji. And I was like, oh, yeah.
We got like a flashback to him talking to Chopper and about he's like, I'm going to go do a thing, but don't worry, I'll be careful. And then Chopper's like, do you think that Robin really hates us? And then Sanji walks away lighting a cigarette saying, let me tell you a little secret.
Yep.
When a woman tells a lie,
a real man forgives her.
And Sanji's been doing what Sanji does best. He is stalking a woman.
That's so scary and fucked up, but yeah. It's true. It's true.
Sanji wouldn't do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope.
We hope.
We'll see.
We'll see. Anyway, Robin's at the blue station, at the train station, and Sanji's lighting a cigarette in the shadows.
Yep.
End of
where
episode.
Everyone could see him, but nobody does.
Yes. End of episode.
Yeah. And then we continue to episode 252. Robin and friends go for a train ride.
Yeah.
Background MVP, all these galley law boys.
I had a background MVP.
A lot. You did?
Yeah.
Is it the guy who whispers Usopp can come too?
A couple of them did. I laughed my ass off every time they said that. There was an Italian-looking man with abs literally up to his neck. And at one point he was like, where are those straw hats at? And I giggled a lot. That was it.
Oh, man. I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
You can take that segment. I started doing it, and I'm like, sometimes I can't find anybody.
We could just,
Um,
no pressure. Just if we see
no,
something.
if we say that we're not going to do it, people are going to be like, "What the fuck?"
It's our favorite bit.
Yeah, it's our favorite part of the podcast, and we're like, "We thought you liked the game." And they're like, "No, that's also our favorite."
Yeah. Like, what about when we don't talk about the episodes for like 40 minutes? That's also our
No, we
favorite.
love that.
Historian, which part of our bodies would you eat if you were stranded on a deserted island and we both offered up our bodies as food?
I already told you my answer. It was off the podcast, but the answer immediately is ribs. That's the part I'm most confident in being able to cook well. To be able to eat.
Fair. That's fair. Fair enough. Anyway.
Sanji plans a rescue.
He does. He's simping, but in a cool way.
Sanji would you eat? Oh. Sanji plans a rescue. Yeah, he's cool simping.
Cool simp.
Is simping?
He has a full delusional daydream. Because he's like, what is Robin thinking?
Yeah.
What's your plan? You could take out all these guys with no effort. They're all chumps. And then he like pauses for a second, and then he just has like a magical fantasy about Robin as a princess and him as like a prince with these like big bloomers on.
Yep.
And
He's like, oh, she's
how
waiting.
she was waiting. Yeah, she's waiting for me to rescue her. And just, like losing his shit and starts hacking up a lung because he swallows like a cigarette or something.
Yeah. As he's doing that, CP9 rolls up with Frankie and Usopp. And a random government person puts a really dumb coat on Lucci.
Yeah, and Lucci's like, what is this, a parade? Later in this episode, did you catch who also has an identical coat?
Is it fucking Spondum?
No, the pigeon is wearing the exact same coat as Lucci.
That's... I'm still
And anytime-
fucked up about this pigeon from last week when I realized that the pigeon actually has like its own identity and thoughts.
Yeah.
I'm very still fucked up about that. Fucking hottery. Fucking pigeon.
The pigeon will always like, he's like just like a little shitty little goon too. Like Lucci will say something and then the pigeon just goes, "Rah!" Like has to back him up.
Yeah.
Such a fucking evil piece of shit. It's like evil Karoo.
Yeah, but like not cool at all.
And the jacket looks good.
No, it doesn't.
Sanji.
It's a shitty jacket. Stupid jacket.
Sanji sees Frankie and Usopp. Nami updates Chopper, and Chopper's like, "Oh hell yeah, okay, Robin still loves us. Let's do this fucking thing.
Yeah.
I'm game." Meanwhile, everybody's like, "Did that deer just turn into a little man?"
Yep.
And then he turns into a big man. They're like, "He's a gorilla now." What?
They're like, we gotta find the other Straw Hats, and then Iceberg just like is like, but the sea train, it leaves in half an hour.
Yep, by 11 p.m. And Polly orders all of Galilea to go find Luffy and Zoro because they're not bad. They're buddies. They helped them survive the fire. And then he says that Lucci and Kaku went home.
Yep. I'm interested in why. I guess it's to like not to cause an uproar of why he like doesn't tell them the truth.
He says to Iceberg, he's like, they deserve to know, but I'm going to spare them that. So I think it was like, we'll tell them later.
Yeah.
Right now is not the time.
Because that's all they're going to talk about if we do it right now.
Yeah. I was curious where Tilestone and Lulu were
Dead.
here. I hope they got out. They're not.
They're dead.
Nobody died. Nobody dies.
Dead.
Nobody dies.
Tilestone's alive. Lulu dead.
There's no way Lulu's dead. You kidding me? That Freddie Mercury ass beautiful name.
Tilestone's alive. Lulu is now bald.
Oh, maybe. I could see that twist.
His spike is chopped off. He's got his other hair, but his spike's gone.
It's just like broken in half.
Yeah.
We spent a long time. What?
I was just gonna say at this point I was like, Polly's the best. Polly should join the crew. I know he wouldn't.
Polly's a good boy.
Historian then said to me out loud, no, his boyfriend Iceberg is still in the city. He has to stay with his boyfriend.
And that's what I said. I was like, he can't leave. His boyfriend's the mayor.
Yeah, so like I understand that, but Polly and Iceberg could both be on
Yeah.
the crew. Why not? They could like Johnny Yasuko be on the crew.
Iceberg has to run Water 7. He's got a really important place there.
Yeah, no, and I made that joke in the Discord, like when you guys were headed into Water 7. It's just Water 7 was full of husbands. There's a lot of them there.
Yeah. Who's gonna top if Polly leaves?
Tilestone? No. They got that big bed, remember? They're all in the same bed.
Think Tilestone's on top?
They're all in the big bed.
They sleep like the grandparents from Willy Wonka. We decided that last time.
Oh, right, we did. And then we talked about Willy Wonka for a long time.
Tickle each other with each other's toes.
Yeah,
Oh, we brought up Wonka again. Did they hear us and they made a whole movie about it?
Yes.
I think so.
Fucking God.
Fucking Chopper's got Zorro's sword, and it's so fucking awesome.
He's like so little, he's got to stand on somebody else's shoulders because it's so long.
Yeah, and he's like holding the sword up in the air like, ah! And it's great.
Yeah. It is adorable that Chopper is like, even when Zorro's doing something kind of dumb, Chopper's like, God, you're so cool.
Yeah. Chopper starts shouting. He's like, Luffy, Zorro, Sanji, Usopp, you can come too. And then immediately all the galley law workers who are helping looking for everyone after Polly ordered them to, they're all saying, Luffy, Zorro, Sanji. And then one dude's in the background like, Usopp, you can come too. And every time
Yeah.
I laughed. Every time.
It repeats like multiple. We see throughout this episode this group of people yelling, and that like sequence happens every single time.
Yeah.
It's very good.
So fucking good.
Nami and Polly, while Chopper has all of Galileo looking for all the buff parts of the Straw Hats.
Yep.
Nami and Polly and some dudes are headed to the station on the Yagaras.
Yep.
We see Frankie and Usopp get tossed into the train, and they're just talking shit the entire time, which I love.
Yeah.
They're gonna like get a lot. Like they're so boisterous, the two of them together. And Robin is also on the train, just having memories about how much she loves everybody. Sanji's walking to the train. There's a lot of train stuff happening.
Luffy's stuck between two buildings again.
Zorro ended up upside down in a chimney. The fucking God.
So good.
The weather's getting worse, so the train plans to depart early.
Yep.
This is where I noted the fucking somebody comes in and tells CP9, it's like, yeah, the train's gonna leave early, and they're like, yeah, fine, whatever.
Yep.
And the pigeon, the word Hattery has Lucci's exact jacket on. I also wrote Lucci is a dick because he's like, I'm not gonna be nostalgic for this place at all, even though I lived here for 5 years and made friends.
Yeah. It's like, okay, bud.
Fucking dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
The train picks up, starts going. Sanji walks.
Nami-
Huh?
Oh yeah, Sanji walks up to it and somebody yells at him. And Nami misses the train.
And the episode
Oh, no.
ends with her shouting, Robin! 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 As the train turns into the ocean.
Robin's gonna be like, what? Oh, we're still friends? Okay.
Bye.
I do think it's silly. I guess Robin hasn't known them very long to like know that like you don't have to do your own thing. Like if you have a problem, you just throw Luffy at it.
Yeah.
And he's gonna like get impaled once or twice, maybe get a big ball arm, but he's gonna just beat the shit out of this mean adult eventually.
Question for
And,
you.
like Zoro's gonna remember he can cut steel, and he's just gonna cut everybody's arms.
He's going to
off.
cut the train tracks.
Ooh.
Yeah. What do you think's going to happen, Mike? This is my new bit. After we recap the episodes, I say, what do you think's going to happen?
I think the people on the train go to Ennie's lobby.
Okay.
Ennie's lobby is a marine. It's like the marine holding facility, like a.
Like
is
a
it like
jail?
the marine jail?
Is it the Marine Jail historian?
They say something about that.
I think Kokoro is the one who explains like that's their personal, like, judicial zone, basically. Like, that is where people are put to trial and then held for those crimes. And those who are seen going in never come out.
So I am hoping, they mentioned this, I am hoping we see some familiar faces. I'm guessing this is where, at the very least, Crocodile is.
Oh.
So I don't know if Crocodile comes back, but I could see Crocodile being there.
Oh, no.
No. And
So, hold on, though. I think this is... It's implied in a way that the people who get sentenced and trialed here are... It's the final
okay,
punishment.
so it's not like a jail.
More so. No, because there is a jail later on. There is going to be another place that is specifically the world government prison. So this is, this is more in a way it's implied, very vaguely, but it is, oh, no, if you go here, that's your punishment. You never make it out alive. You die in Ennie's lobby.
Interesting.
It's more of an
thought that, like, maybe we
executioner's
saw...
post than anything.
Okay. I thought that maybe we saw some, like, Alabasta faces.
Not saying that won't happen in a different location.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, that uproots my plan. I bet Smoker's there, and he's like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
You can't take the straw hats. And he just opens the door for him. He's like, get the hell out of here, kid.
I'm just really interested in, like, is this arc going to end with, like, a resolution of sorts? Or is the arc going to end with the straw hats still kind of separated if we're going to Ennie's lobbies
I bet they're separated.
If we go to...
I bet the end of Ennie's lobby is, like, Lucci and them getting defeated.
Yeah. So, like, is the end of Water 7 then, like, the remaining Straw Hats in Water 7 getting... I don't know. I'm interested to see what happens. Because how many more episodes do we have left in Water 7?
10 or 11, I think?
We just finished 252.
Oh, I mean, that's a good amount of time. I mean, I bet the Galley Law people, the remaining ones, help them with some kind of ship that can maybe go under the waves and gets them to Ennie's lobby or something like that.
Or maybe a ship that goes on the train tracks that the sea train's on.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Something's going to happen. I think they stay separated for a little bit, and then they connect, and then there's a big fight.
I just want a big party.
But we have some powerhouses. We got Sanji, we got Frankie. Usopp is going to come up with something. And Robin. Those four teaming up would be able to hold their own for a bit.
Do you think that the train doesn't make it out of Water 7 because Yokozuna, like, senses Frankie on the ship, so he fucking finally stops the train?
Oh my god. Maybe he slows it down. That's got to be it.
That's probably.
And then, like, I bet Frankie and, like, Usopp get free or something, and they, like, MacGyver some shit.
Yeah.
While like, meanwhile, on the other side of the train, Sanji's just kicking everybody.
Yeah, I'm excited. This is gonna be fun. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm gonna, like, watch an episode tonight.
Yeah. Anyway, historian, how are our predictions? Are they good predictions?
Were we right?
I'm really excited for you guys. You guys are gonna, I think, continue to have fun through the end of Water 7.
Hell yeah.
Are there more gratuitous shots of Frankie's crotch and abs?
Of course there are. It's what we deserve. It's what we want.
He never wears pants, right?
Well,
no, I know he wears pants because I think in a movie he wears pants.
His standard is usually the Speedo and some form of unbuttoned Hawaiian shirt. And I love this because they did specifically, like, in a lot of comics, like, who is it, Power Girl, who has, like, the boob window, and it's like, it's important, it's part of her backstory, or, like, Heroes in My Hero Academia, who it's like, oh, well, no, her power requires as much skin to be showing. They did that exact thing for Frankie. He's a cyborg. He's going to be ripping through shirts every single time he whips out his bicep guns. Like, of course he wears
amazing.
nothing.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Oh, God. Frankie is great.
He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Hey, do we have a game?
You do have a game. Let me post the game.
Let's go.
Let's do a game.
Let's do a game.
And then we got 1.5 transponder snails.
We got a game.
Let's go, game.
Uploaded a yeesh.jpg.
Is this your first time playing the game, folks? If you're in our Discord, link in the description. Historian posts a still from a episode of One Piece, and we try to guess the episode number.
I can't wait for me to cry over all of these characters
What the
that I'm
fuck
seeing in this.
is this? There's
I
so
made
many.
this.
Okay, so there's a-
I made this a very visually confusing and very busy screenshot.
Okay, so we have, it looks like a kind of rundown house with, like, it's very big.
It's filled with mirrors.
Lots of mirrors.
Yeah.
There's like a kitchen, kind of like a oven sort of deal, like a fireplace oven.
The oven has a face.
One of them does. There's a big pot in the middle that some green-haired person is stirring. It looks like a bunny person. Is that Sanji dressed as a bunny?
I don't know. Someone's being held over the cauldron.
Is it this? So this is like an Alice in Wonderland thing.
Yeah.
This is when One Piece does Alice in Wonderland. 110%.
Yeah, for sure. It's fucked up weird shit.
Chopper's tied up in the chair over there.
Is it Chopper or is that Frankie?
That's Big Buff Chopper. I can see the pink and blue hat.
Okay.
There's a creepy little boy, like egg boy, hanging from a shelf.
Yeah. There's a little like
there's a
black
giraffe.
horned demon underneath the egg boy.
Oh yeah, and then just a lady with a knife.
Yeah.
A big knife.
I'm gonna
It's
say
a crocodile with a bowler cap.
I'm gonna say
2 tree people. A man with an ass.
I'm gonna say 767.
Okay.
There's like a pepper shaker. There's a cow. There's 2 plants. And there's 3 little boys.
Mike's still absorbing. There is a lot going on in this. I picked it
There's
because
so much happening.
there's so much nondescript or like it's it's very specific, but also none of it makes sense in context.
Good.
What episode did you say? Matt?
767 is what I said.
Okay, it's definitely. I don't know when the time skip is. I have no idea. If I did, it would make this list so much easier. But I can tell that that's post time skip Chopper.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, where's my Chopper?
I don't know.
My cat's knocking
yeah.
my Chopper down.
I have no idea when the time skip is either. So
So I'm gonna say 872.
I think Matt is technically closer numbers wise,
Fuck.
but Mike, you did have it in the 800s. This is from episode 814.
ooh.
This one is way far out for you guys. I've been doing a
Nice.
good job going closer to where you are, being like, look at this cool thing that's gonna happen. And this one I just typed in an episode number and hoped for the best.
Hell yeah. Should we pop on over to transponder snails?
Yeah, let's do it. Sorry, I was just looking. I've got a little. I think I posted about it in the Discord, but I've got a little American Tony Chopper. He's Tony Chopper with camouflage and a gun.
He's got a gun.
That
He's got a gun.
man, the
got a
historian
gun.
bought me at a $5 below.
Our first transponder snail comes from Lloyd Sheffield.
Mm-hmm.
And it was he sent us a picture still from King of the Hill, where the character Hank Hill is naked, standing in front of a grill, and you see his whole butt. And the only thing in the email, the subject line says "It's true," and then in the email it says Mike has that Hank Hill ass. Yes, it's a flat booty. It's a real flat booty.
I think only a few people can really confirm or deny that. And we'll leave it as a mystery for the audience. But
Hey, I don't know if it's really a mystery. You talked a lot about it the last episode.
nobody can really be too sure the status of these cheeks. What's the other email?
The other transponder snail is from none other than Ben Tenaru. It's the Ben Tenaru. It's the continue of the fight.
I can't
bracket.
shake the image that Ben Tenaru just looks like Jonathan Frakes Ben 10,000 in my head. Mixed with Ultimate Kevin,
and Cool Kyle.
Cool. Is cool? Did you just make that?
I
one
made
up?
Cool
Did I
Kyle
forget
up.
that
I made Cool Kyle up.
Okay.
God.
God.
The transponder snail
Kevin Levin
says, "Hey, Matt, Mike, and Historian, the battle that has been chosen is Shanks versus Sanji." Sorry for sending this pretty late. I was sidetracked with other things. Which battle's next? 2 or 4? Sincerely, Ben Tenaru. I'm gonna say 4 next.
4. Okay.
Yep.
Who? I mean, I can only assume Shanks is stronger than Sanji, but Sanji's a pirate and a sous chef.
I think
Shanks is just a pirate.
he is. He's one.
One of those
one
is
note,
scarier.
One note. The chef is the scariest part
Yeah.
for sure. Plus, if any woman was nearby and was like, Sanji, help, kill Shanks, he would do it. He would stop at nothing. He'd move mountains.
Yeah. I think Sanji would be able to defeat Shanks just because I think it's fun and somebody's going to tell us we're wrong.
I mean, so far we've had very little interaction with Shanks.
We've seen him drink and glare at things, and he's going to have a hard time glaring at Sanji because you can only see one eye.
Also, I feel like Sanji wouldn't be intimidated by Shanks' glare at all.
No.
Because,
Sorry.
yeah, he can only be intimidated by women.
Unless Shanks looked really pretty that day.
Yes, so I'd say if Shanks looked really pretty that day, Shanks, but mostly I'm going to go with Sanji. Historian, thoughts?
Well,
Sanji worked in a kitchen.
yeah, you guys both picked Sanji, so regardless of what I say, it's 2 out of 3.
Well,
You guys,
but your opinion is valid.
It's
My-
arguably more important than ours.
Yeah.
My opinion is swayed by knowing all of the content, though.
Interesting.
I mean, I bet that Shanks just shows up maybe 3 more times in the entire series and only glares at things twice.
Which is a worse vice, drinking or smoking?
Would you rather be a chain smoker or an alcoholic is the question.
And if you
Oh,
put a
man.
chain smoker in a fight against an alcoholic, who would win?
The alcoholic.
I don't
the
know.
alcoholic would win.
I don't know. I feel like the chain smoker might. I don't know.
I don't know. Sanji's one of those weird chain smokers who like would run like 12 miles while smoking just to prove a point.
Do you think when
I played a friendly game of baseball against somebody like that. He smoked a cigarette the entire time. He always had one lit, and he was running bases and stuff. Fucking weird. It's elementary school. What episodes are we watching next time?
steal third base. Watch out now.
you guys are
Watch
watching
Winnie the Pooh.
Watch me go.
2 God, where are you guys? Oh, you're watching 253 to 257. It's a 5-episode stretch this time.
Oh, only 5. Big piss.
Cool. Big piss.
It's just because I think to stop at the end of 257. I think we'll be good.
253 to 257.
Yeah.
And then our final stretch will be 258 to 263. Nice.
Yes. Yeah. So do 5 now, 6 next week, because I think it splits better 5 than 6 than 6 than 5.
Nice. All right. Hell yeah. Fuck.
Matt, in your best Winnie the Pooh voice, what do you think the One Piece is?
I think that the One Piece.
That's not Winnie. Please don't tell me that's Winnie the Pooh.
What? Oh bother. Oh bother. Oh bother. Oh bother.
It's getting worse.
The One Piece is honey. It's delicious.
I'm so sorry.
Delicious honey in a pot.
Pooh Bear, Winnie the Pooh Bear.
It's me, my best friend's a New Yorker named Sanji. Do you think Sanji would cook Winnie the Pooh?
I was going to stop recording. We got to talk about this.
We don't have to talk about it at all. That's fine.
Just end it with
Yo,
that.
the Pooh Bear, I like to toss the sticks over the bridge, then they comes out the other side.
Hey, Pooh Bear, I'm going to cook you with a side of piglet. Anyway.
You get a nice braised ham and get that honey coated on there real good. Put some rabbit legs right next to it. Perfect. I've never eaten kangaroo, but I'm willing to try.
Eat
She's a
or
mother.
what?
No.
I'm not going to eat the mom, just the kid. Roo, how are you doing?
Jesus Christ.
Gonna see a friend of mine. He's round and he's fuzzy. I love him because he's just Pooh Bear, Winnie the Pooh Bear. Looking for fun, chasing some